Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. Today we have an interesting one for you. We actually have 2 vampire players going up against 3 goblin players. How we did this was both sides spent the same amount of money, and only 2 of the other players are allowed magic. So it kind of evens out, and it's a good way to be able to include everybody in the battle. Over here you can see I do have Helman Ghorst, the haggardest lord of ever. And then over here I do have just a necromancer on a corpse cart. And I do this because I have 4 units here, and I'm supporting them with my corpse carts. In the front I do have 1 skeleton just to kind of meat shield. Off to the side I do have crypt ghouls who have a ton of weapon strength, but almost none of it is armor piercing. So definitely are going to be good here against these goblins. I do have 3 units of skeleton spearmen. I've got some black grail knights here in the back. I've got Varix Reavers, and I believe that's... Oh, no, I don't. I have also the Feasters in the Dark back here, Vanguard deployed, and some stocked Chillgeists. So ready to kind of lay in ambush for the enemy. But you'll encounter kind of the problem being my ally have here in a second. My ally here has a ton of Graveguard with great weapons. He's got a Mortis engine, he's got 3 Crypt Whores, he's got Manfred von Karstein, and then 2 units of Black Knights. Over here you can see some Thief Robbers, some Forest Goblin Spider Riders, a huge main line of Forest Goblins with some Goblin Big Bosses, Spiders. He's got a huge line of Rock Lobbers with some Forest Goblins, more Night Goblins with Spears, more Rock Lobbers. The Goblins really don't want to get into close contact, and this is especially bad because... Let's go see what Ghorst's move speed is. 23. Oh god. So we're going to be waddling towards this enemy line. Lots of Night Goblins here. Night Goblins with spears, more Night Goblin archers. And then looks like a Goblin Great Shaman, a Goblin War Boss, and a Night Goblin War Boss. Man, oh my god, what is this, like 7 Rock Lobbers? Oh boy. So... we're just going to get started here, and if you can see, we started at the same spot, but he's all the way up there, and I'm over here waddling with Ghorst towards the front line. This is probably my favorite battle I've ever played, just because it's the worst. Like, I'm the worst teammate in the entire world. Like, look at my teammate just like bravely moving forward, braving the rocks as they come down and slaughter his poor Graveguard. Yeah, not good. You can see some of them are even taking out a chunk of the health on the Black Knights as they kind of push around. You can see Manfred over here is getting ready to come, and you can see Spirit Leech coming down on that Night Goblin, that Goblin Big Boss. Not a bad option, but you're going to see what kind of happens here. Really doing a ton of damage to that Goblin Big Boss. But yeah, you can see I'm all the way back there. My Black Rail Knights are trying to catch these Squig Hoppers. If I can't help, I'll at least start killing things early on. My low model count units, you can see these guys will be able to run them down. They're just a little bit faster. So we do Lance, some Squigs. Really, the Squigs have no hope against these guys. They're not even going to do any damage. Really, these guys are just going to die. You can see I'm bringing my Varix Reavers over here to help finish them off. And the Black Grail Knights, the problem with them is they'll have a hard time kind of just cutting through the mass of these Night Goblin Squig Hoppers. They won't take any damage. They won't really cut through them very fast just because there's so many of them. Over here you can see Manfred has been hit by a ton of magic missiles. So I think both these guys are just spamming magic missiles at Manfred von Karstein, and they're doing a great job of taking down a very expensive unit. But you can see, you know, he didn't take as much damage as I would have thought coming in, mostly because that stuff was focused on his Black Knights. You can see they're now on Forest Goblins. See these Graveguard just getting in here to Crypt Horrors. They really don't have very many archers on this side, thankfully, so those guys are pretty safe. You can see I'm just waddling. What am I doing? Why did I bring Ghorst? Why would you ever bring Ghorst on his corpse card? Nobody knows. But look at me, I'm like 10,000 yards away, and my allies over here, like, getting triple teamed. But, you know, he's doing it bravely, he's doing it good, and you can see these squig hoppers that I was not able to stop are going to get some amazing charges on these Graveguard. You can see spiders are kind of going to town. Luckily, they kind of brought a slightly joke army here with all these spearmen, so the Critors are doing pretty well. But you can see these squigs are coming around for a pretty massive flank. You can see I'm pushing around with these. There, you can see the magic missiles that I was talking about. And then over here, you can see I'm kind of posturing with my shield guys, waiting for them to leave their rock lobbers, and they just won't. They won't. They're just sitting there, which makes sense. It's what I would do, but it's making my stocked units have a very difficult time. I don't really know why I'm lagging here, but I'm sorry for it. But here you can see Black Rail Knights posturing around. We kind of finished off one of these squig units. My units are slowly getting out of formation as my Ghorst cart starts moving forward. Over here, yeah, you can see these Graveguard with Grey Weapon just doing their job, doing great. Black Knights posturing up, keeping these guys here. Some Graveguard with Grey Weapon in the back here. The Ragnarok Spiders, not really sure where to go. I feel like they were so confident they weren't deploying these guys. And so you can see we're just hitting just a fraction of this main line, which is not good. You can see these Night Goblin Archers opening fire on these zombies as they were summoned. Great job isolating them. And you can see my Feasters in Dusk are coming in just to try and stop them. And here you can see, oh, look at that chunk of damage on Manfred. That is insane. So magic is definitely very potent in this game. Here you can see these, Soul Blight is helping to rout these guys from terror, I think, and fear. And then that -9 leadership is pretty powerful as well. So you can see this Night Goblin Warboss is now kind of surrounded by some pretty powerful stuff. And you can see my Chill Geist are coming around. And really, Goblin units will not stand up to a Chill Geist, because it's just, you get that rear charge, you get the terror, you get the fear, and it's pretty much over. You get the stronger, faster units nearby. You can see my Black Rail Knights pushing around the flank. Manfred is dying, so that is not good at all. You can see I'm not even at the line yet. I'm waddling my heart out. See Spirit Leads coming down. Luckily these guys routed, but they did take that Soul Blight with them, which is why you want to cast it on the ground rather than on them. You can see these Chill Geists are coming around, getting ready to strike at the back of these lines, and more importantly, these Rock Lobbers, because they should at least start switching to me soon. I don't think they were that worried about me, just because I was Ghorst. You can see my Feasters in the Dark did get in the back, and they're doing some decent damage, but the Ragnarok Queen, they really can't stand up to. They have 2 of them, too, which is not good. Oh my god, why am I... Yeah, this lag is pretty tough. I'm down to like 10 frames, but you can see they've switched over to me, which is not ideal. My Black Rail Knight's looking for a nice target. You can see I'm going to be running down these Rock Lobbers here with my Chill Geists. You're just going to see their leadership just tank. Hopefully I'll be able to help my ally finally here with these guys. You can see my Graveguard are getting in finally. I'm going to get a nice rear charge on these goblins with my Varix Reavers. Then you can see my Black Rail Knights are going after the Goblin Great Shaman. So I figured I was already kind of like 1v2ing here essentially, just because I let my poor ally die. So I needed to hit their leadership, and I needed to hit it hard. So I went after that Goblin Great Shaman. And you can see my Chill Geist just kind of running house. The goblins, the Rock Lobber is down. And then you can see I'm going to come over here and rout all these guys as well. Or I should, hopefully. Yeah, so there you can see Terrified. So just trying to help as much as I can. And you can see the Skeleton Warrior is dying. My Graveguard just kind of getting focused. Ghorst is not even in combat yet. He's still waddling. You can see my Varix Reavers with that rear charge did very well. And my Cripples should just slaughter these guys. You can see my Black Knights are in here. They Looks like they are now on that goblin. Big boss? What happened to the Great Shaman? That goblin war boss. He was green. He was a green general. Maybe he just died? Maybe we already killed him? That would have been impressive. But you can see the Black Knights cleaning up. My chill guys are just kind of running house, routing this stuff as they go. And then it should be moving on here. You can see the Crypt Ghouls, the Crypt Horrors, still pretty healthy. But a lot of these Rock Lob are still active, which is not good for me. You can see this Night Goblin Warboss just coming after Ghorst. Rude. That's just rude. I don't know why you would go after Ghorst. But he does. Cool. So my Black Rail Knights are now in against this Ragnarok Queen, or Spider, and they'll do pretty well here actually in this fight, just because they have such amazing stats. The Ragnarok Spider's going to have a hard time doing anything to them. And you can see, just look at this line melt. It's gone. There's nothing left of that line. Then you can see I'm going to be bringing some Spearmen in as Helman Ghorst kind of waddles away towards my main line to start getting that regeneration, because he's so far behind. I really haven't gotten the regeneration. So here you can see this is going pretty well. These goblins just breaking, routing very fast. You can see I did spawn some Graveguard over here to fight these spiders. This is just a very powerful ability, and especially in SFO, when these guys have 29 armor-piercing damage. And you get to summon 2 of them, but they are much worse than a regular Graveguard. Luckily, they still have the armor. They're still pretty tough of a unit, and you can see my chill guys, just all the routing units around my chill guys are getting just terrified. You can see they're just running around to each fight and just rear charging stuff, and just look at just the massive rout here. I don't even know what's going on. You can see Ghorst is just kind of waddling forward endlessly. Barracks Reapers doing stuff. Black Grail Knights are in here with the Spider and the Spearmen. And you can see now I'm just moving these guys, trying to keep this routing blob just moving towards the border. I want it gone. I want them out of here. Yeah, and you can see Mortis Engine still alive, draining all this stuff, which is good. Goblin Big Bosses. Looks like a Night Goblin Warboss over here is about to rout. You can see Ghorst dueling this Night Goblin Warboss over here. Graveguard with great weapons. Dropping that Invocation of Nehek, hoping that Ghorst makes it out of this alive. See the, yeah, just the chill guys just running, Barracks Reapers running these guys down. You can see my Black Rail Knights are chasing this Ragnarok Queen. Very high health, and it's already routing. Lord dead. Yeah, flanks exposed, very tired, damage sustained. You can see these guys are just going to chase it. MVPs, they've taken like no damage. They only have 24 kills though. So, you know, very tanky, very strong unit, very hard to kill, but definitely strives, or does the best against large single entity units. Yeah, so those guys kind of have a unique role alongside a lot of the stuff. And so you can see just constantly chasing those guys. Over here, Ghorst is casting the Liber Nulcus, which resets all his cooldowns, which is really cool. And also gives him more mana, or more magic, winds of magic. So over here you can see these guys are dueling the Spider, and they should just be able to kill her without taking that much damage, because you can see they're doing a ton of damage to her. She's not really doing very much damage to them. So very cool. I like the Black Rail Knights, they're one of my favorite units. Goblin Big Boss is going to come in here, do some good work. Yeah, compare the stats. That 47 melee defense is just really good. And even if they do hit, they have to go through that physical resistance. And yeah, it looks like terror, so... Well, I guess this guy causes terror, so he's immune, but... Yeah, you can see this Night Goblin Warboss. Lost his way. My Cav still running stuff down. My Hex Race running things down. I'm going to bring my Hex Race in here just to try and route this Ragnarok Queen. Yeah, and over here, look at these guys. They're like tanking 3 units. They're finally starting to take some damage, especially with that Smoke Bomb melee defense debuff, and having to split their attention. You can see the Goblin just gets terrified right off the battlefield. then once all the blobs leaves again, they're just going to go focus on her again, which means she should be done great. Then over here, yeah, essentially just running stuff off. I've surrounded this guy with some magic armor piercing damage. You know, good way to deal with her. She's going to be running off the field. Chased, shattered. Definitely going to be a Pyrrhic victory. My poor ally, Marshall Gray, had to go in by himself and still did very well. You can see the Cryptor is doing very well. Black Knight's doing very well. You can see all my barracks reavers with 420 kills. And my Hex Race with 400. Yeah, this is what happens when you fight goblins. And then all my ghouls doing pretty well. You can see my Black Rail Knights getting 3 XP chevrons. It's hard to believe. But I guess. They did take out a couple of lords and some queens, which is pretty good. Over here, yeah, you can see Squigs getting the most kills. Rock lobbers. What? Just 4 goblins. Oh, amazing. Yeah, you can see a lot of the kills mostly on the Ragnarok Queen. But definitely a great game from all these guys. It was definitely a very trolly game, a very just kind of for fun game. And I just wanted to show you Ghorst waddling for like 10 minutes. Wow, Marshall dies. Yeah, anyways, thanks so much, guys, for watching. And that's that.